What's up guys, Boomera here. Can you guys believe we got another lethal toon? This is Dyle Timesley, a shopkeeper in the lobby located where the UGC items were. Dyle is in charge of selling players, cosmetics, and stickers, as well as the UGC items. You can also gossip with him and Dandy in this update. It's pretty cool if you ask me. Anyways, I'm here to give you guys tips and strategies for beating Dyle's floor. Trust me, it's both easy and difficult. You need a good team, good communication, and good trinkets if you want that extra 50 stamina. In this video, I will be going over what toons, trinkets, and strategies that would be best paired for this floor and this terrifyingly fast Twisted. First things first, how do you even get Twisted Dyle? Correct me if I'm wrong, but floor 9 and over is when this card appears. Vote this card and you'll get Dyle's floor. On this floor, you must avoid Twisted Dyle and a handful of common Twisteds, and complete 25 machines in order to get that 50 stamina for the rest of your run. Luckily, only 3 commons and Dyle spawn on this floor, so the only real challenge here is Dyle himself. The floor comes off as really easy, just finish 25 machines and boom, all done. But here's the catch. If you're spotted by Dyle, you better get out of his line of sight fast. Dyle gets faster the longer he chases you for, surpassing Twisted Pebble in panic mode. Crazy, right? He also speeds up like crazy when you mess up on a machine. Similar to Twisted Dandy, no matter where either of you are on the map, he will come sprinting once you mess up on a machine. You gotta be careful you don't miss any skill checks. He is completely undistractable, especially since Quell nerfed the bone trinket, which, by the way, was ridiculous. That honestly completely unneeded. But I do love the fact that he is considered undistractable because it forces you to be completely stealthy. Even if you do distract the other Twisteds, it forces you to be stealthy about it. This floor should honestly force a lot of new players and distractant-reliant players on how to actually play the game, and I love it. With that out of the way, first thing I want to discuss is the strategy here on this floor. Distracting is highly discouraged, unless you're confident in your ability in avoiding Dyle, and it's recommended that everyone extracts, unless you have a low skill check. Then at that point, I just recommend helping your team in other ways. Cosmos can stay at elevator with the primed, ready to pop, or ready to heal whenever. Bassies wander in case they find any important items and deliver any heals if necessary. Blots help divert Twisteds away from teammates. Sprouts wander for tapes and items, etc, etc. If you suck at doing the circle machines, communicate that with your team and work on regular machines, especially if you're more skilled with that puzzle over the circle one. Even if you're a slow extractor, it's better than only 1 or 2 good extractors. Speaking of, I strongly recommend having V or Brightney on your team if you're striving for Dyle. You'll want to know where he and the other Twisteds are at all times. It'll increase your chances of survival. Not only do you get a scanner, you get a good extractor, which you'll desperately need for this floor. Again, there's 25 machines. You'll need good toons and good extractor trinkets for them. You'll also need a good team in general, since there's a possibility that you won't get Dyle for a long time because the cards are random. I mean, look, this one time, I got him at floor 21. Crazy. I put together a tier list from best to worst toons to use for a Dyle hunt. Let me break it down for you guys in alphabetical order. First up is Astro, which I will put in the runner-up tier. He's a great toon for any run, especially the overall lead up to getting Dyle. However, his skill check isn't the best and you really can't afford messing up. Next is Bassie. Honestly, same reason as Astro. Bassie's an amazing pick. I'm also a Bassie glazer, so that's another reason why. Next up is Blot, who is also going to be in the runner-ups tier. His skill check and extraction speed are awful. However, his ability is great for grabbing the Twisted's attention to save your teammates. Now for Bobette. I'm putting her in the okay tier. Her ability works on lethals, but she doesn't really do much for the team, and her extraction speed sucks. So yeah. Now hear me out. Box 10 in the best tier. Y'all are sleeping on my boy Box 10. Due to his balanced stats and his ability that gives him a 5-star extraction speed if there is a full team, he's goated. Next up is Brightney, also best tier. Good extraction speed, can scan if there's a blackout, good speed and stamina, very balanced. Can also help someone by getting Dyle off of them for like a second or 2. Now Brusha, I'd put her in the runner-up tier. Her ability's great for small skill check toons, and so are her stats, but she's not that essential. Now for Cole. No, there's better, for very obvious reasons. Next up is Coco, which I will put in the okay tier. Not the best extraction stats, but her bonbons can be useful. to an extent. Next is Connie, and I'm sorry, but there's better. She's way too slow, and her ability doesn't even work on lethals. Now for Cosmo, I'll be putting him in runner-ups. He's got good stats, and he's a healer, but that skill check, Lord have mercy. Next is Eggson. He's going to the okay tier. Balanced stats, and his ability's good, but it isn't the best really. He's low-key useless with only 10% machine completion. Honestly, they should really buff it. Anyways, now for Finn. He'll go in the okay tier as well. Great stats, yes, however, that's really it. There's really nothing too special about him. Sorry, Finn. Next up is Flutter. Yeah, straight to the there's better tier. What use does she have? Not the best extractor or distractor, to be honest. However, her brother, Flight, goes to the runner-up tier. Great extraction speed, minus the skill check, great backup distractor, and has a useful ability in case someone needs a little speed boost. Next up is Gigi, who I will put in the okay tier. Great stats, but she's definitely a better fit for a survivalist or solo run rather than a team. Next is Ginger, and she's going straight to the best tier. Way better than Cosmo due to the fact that she can actually extract with no issues, and she can heal from far away. The only problem is her movement speed. Next is Glisten, who also goes in the best tier. Great extraction speed and stats overall. Even if his skill check is small, he's still a great pick. Plus, if he messes up, he can just easily teleport out of the location. Next up is Goob, who I'm going to put in the okay tier. He's a great distractor and can pull people in the elevator or out of danger. But say he does pull someone out of Dyle's sights, and due to him staying still for a moment, he could easily get clocked. Unless you're a pro, but to be safe, he'll stay in the okay tier. Louie, however, 100% in the best tier. Great stats for both extracting and distracting, and it's your choice if you want to distract on Dyle's floor or not. Either way, he's super helpful in directing commons away from others, speeding up the machine completion, and distracting the entire floor while simultaneously avoiding Dyle. Now, I would say the same for Pebble, but his bark can put everyone in danger. Just like messing up a skill check, Dyle will be alerted when you bark, and he'll speed up like crazy. Plus, terrible extraction speed. Even with Trinkets, he's too slow and overall useless as an extractor. That's why I'm going to put Peb in the runner-up tier. Next up is Poppy, and honestly, if you're gonna use a starter, Box 10 is better. So she's going in the there's better tier. I'm sorry, she's not the best tune out there, only if you're doing a solo run. Next is Razzle and Dazzle. I would put them in the runner-ups if Dyle spawned on even floors, but unfortunately he doesn't, so R&D goes into the there's better tier. Yes, he can distract on odd floors, but distracting is not the biggest concern on this floor. Besides, even if you didn't distract as R&D, his extraction speed is way too slow. Speaking of slow, next up is Roger, and he goes into the runner-ups tier. He's no different from He's no different from V other than being slightly slower at extracting. Plus, you'll get extra research. Next is Rudy. Honestly, he goes in the there's better tier. He's no different from Poppy and Flutter. Not the best choice. Better for personal survival rather than teamwork. Same can be applied to Scraps, who's also in the there's better tier. Yes, her ability is very useful when you want to get to a machine, but her skill check isn't helpful at all. But Shelly, straight to the best tier. She boosts, has a wide skill check, gets a boost every time someone finishes a machine. I mean, come on, she's the best. Now for Shrimpo. He's just Shrimpo. Anyways, on to Sprout, immediately in the best tier. Best healer, great backup distractor. Yes, his extraction stats suck, but with a little help and a skill, he's perfect. Next is Tegan, who I will put in the okay tier. Decent stats, but her ability is more so for solo runs. She isn't the most useful to the team. Next up is Tisha, and she goes in the runner-ups tier. Great skill check, bad extraction speed, but you'll always have Trinkets for that. Also great for kiting, and she can give a small speed boost. On to Toodles. Yeah, no, she's going to the there's better tier. I mean, she's not even that great for a solo run. She's a one and done kind of tune. Use her to get Peb and boom, done. Never have to use her again. Anyways, the last two are V and Yada. Both go in the same tier, the best tier. Both are amazing extractors. V scans, Yada can possibly drop a box of chocolates in case you need to escape Dyle. I mean, you can't go wrong with either of those tunes. Whew. Okay, wow, that was a earful of information. I humbly apologize for frying your brains. Fortunately for you guys, I don't feel like going on a huge ramble about the trinkets, so I'll just put the tier list on the screen for you guys for the best and worst trinkets on Dyle's floor and the overall run. However, I will say, my makeup and thinker's cap should go to the low skill check tunes, dog push and speedy shoes go to distractors, French is just a replacement for Vimo, Dandy Plush is amazing on Sprout and Bassy, research map is mainly for Roger, yeah, you get the gist at that point. Alright, I think that's about it for this guide. I gave you guys strategies, and the best and worst tunes and trinkets. If you found this guide helpful, be sure to possess that like button, and if you'd like to see more content, why don't you haunt my channel with a sub? And don't forget to exercise that bell so that you'll be jump scared whenever I upload. Have a spooky day.